Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And in this video, we're going to be going through the event quest Will of the Dawn, and this is going to be the co-op quest, which is at level 70. And in this fight, we're going to be taking down the greatest Marlboro. So first things first, I do want to apologize because I did say that this video should have come out one day after I posted the level 50 solo video. And like I said in that video, I'm still deciding whether to just do one video of the level 70 co-op, since it's going to be a guide on how to beat it anyway. And most of the time the earlier waves in the level 50 where pretty much just kill them without using as much abilities as possible. So now like I said, I'm sorry that this video has come in late. I did plan on doing this on Tuesday night while Final Fantasy XIV was patching, and when I got home I really had a terrible headache after work, so I just ended up going to bed. And on Wednesday I had raid on Final Fantasy XIV, and on Thursday I really had to try and do a little bit of the content in Final Fantasy XIV, or I'll be way behind everyone. So I'm really sorry that this has come out late, but without further ado, let's get on with how to beat the greatest Marlboro in this event quest. So let's start off with its weakness and strengths. So it is weak against fire, thunder, holy, and dark skills, and it's resistant to ice and earth skills as well. It doesn't have any particular strengths in terms of melee, range, or magic damage as well. Now let's go through its attacks. So it does have Tentacle Slap, which is a melee brave attack. It has Impale as well, which is a normal melee HP attack. It does have Bad Breath as well, which has a fair chance of inflicting blind, speed down, and poison on all targets. However, I noticed that it doesn't use this as much as the other breath attack, which is the Rancid Breath. Usually this is what he uses, which is a group brave that magic attack, which inflicts damage down. He has an ability called Crunch, which is a melee brave attack and removes his own debuffs without frames. He also has Corrode, which is a melee brave attack plus HP attack and also inflicts poison. This is something to watch out for because it can hit pretty hard, especially after Crunch. He also has Toxic Saliva, which is a range brave attack, which reduces the target's brave by 50%. It can also inflict poison, and he gains a brave based on his own max brave. However, I haven't noticed him use this skill, and the one that I notice more is the Nauseous, however you want to say it, Saliva, which is a range brave attack which reduces the target's brave by 50%, inflicts poison, attack down, defense down, and speed down, and he gains a brave based on his own max brave. So now that we know its strengths and weaknesses and also all of his abilities, how do we go about beating the greatest Marlboro? For one thing, it's obvious to bring any of the 3 boosted characters in the fight, which is Krile, Yuffie, and Cecil, but I had more success with having 1 Krile and 2 Cecils in my party. I've had Yuffie there as well at one point. However, I there's really a lot of pros and cons when it comes to Yuffie. And there's pros and cons in bringing Krile and bringing Cecil as well. If you do plan on bringing Krile, you have to make sure that you actually have her 15 CP weapon. And the reason for this is because of the party buff that it gives. And you don't have to target one specific character to give the the greater damage buff. If you have the 15 CP weapon, or if you mastered it or maxed it out so you can get the passive skill for it, basically it gives a party wide buff and it gives brave points to everyone as well, and it's quite a decent amount as well. So if you do plan on carrying or rocking a Krile, I suggest having some sort of 15 CP weapon. As far as I'm aware, that's the best one for this fight. The 35 CP weapon is good for, I suppose, when it's more of a solo thing rather than a party buffing thing. So I would suggest getting that, because the 35 CP weapon, I believe, only gives out the thunder, the max attack and brave points, I believe. So yeah, that's one of the things that I do want to point out with Krile. As for Cecil, the pros is obviously sending the greatest Marlboro up in the sky and doing chain attacks. The problem is sometimes you get a heart attack when you're playing with Cecil, because it always reduces his HP, from what I noticed, by half. I haven't really played around with Cecil too much, but going by, if you're only rocking with one Cecil, it's very nerve-wracking. But if you're rocking with two, it's pretty fast to fill up your summon gauge and for you to use your summon straight away. And the amount of break that Cecil does is pretty high. And if you guys had a look at the previous video of this video, basically the one I was showing before, Cecil is pretty good in this fight, and you get a ton of points while playing with Cecil as well. But like I said, it's a bit of a gamble. If you're rocking with just one Cecil, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking if there's only one. And as for Yuffie, Yuffie concentrates more on herself rather than the other party members. So, and the idea with Yuffie is basically, if you have if you get hit by the noxious saliva or rancid breath, you can transfer the debuff onto the greatest Marlboro with the rebuff ability. And obviously, if he uses crunch, which increases his brave point to like crazy amount, you can use snatch and steal this brave point and hit it with a brave attack after that. And that's if you have the snatch plus ability. I believe it does have a one-hit brave attack after it's used as snatch. So I mean, that's not really gonna help your party members by a whole lot. It's gonna help when you're attacking it with HP attack, of course. But if for some reason it has like over like 6 or 8,000 BP and you snatch that and reduces down to 7k, it can still one hit KO the other party members if you're not careful. And I did play around with the other characters. I did bring Squall here at one point, but I feel like it didn't do a very good job. I mean, he's still okay, but still not enough damage. He doesn't do enough. At least my Squall doesn't. I don't know if you have like two star Renzo Kuken passive abilities, but when the greatest Marlboro has like over 5,000 brave points, it was very difficult for Squall to take take the breakpoint down enough so the other party members can survive. It's very dangerous, and I've seen people rock with a Seymour, which I suppose is okay. It reduces the max brave of the greatest Marlboro, but you do have to be careful because it can remove its own debuffs. So especially when it uses crunch. So other than that, those are my tips for this fight. Obviously, you can bring other brave damaging characters, and obviously this is not the end all be all guide for it, but hopefully I helped you guys with a little bit, especially with playing with the 3 different characters. I wish I can give you guys more tips, but unfortunately I do have limited time and I can't play all the different characters that you can bring here. And I do want to end this video right now because we're past the 10-minute mark. So remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. And as for the comments down below, I'd like to hear from you guys. What sort of characters have you been using and how effective they are? And we can put it all in the comments down below, and I'll pin those comments if it's very helpful to the community. And like I said, you're not trapped into these 3 characters, but they're the most effective right now on this event. This is Monchkinz logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.